Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today's video is going to be our weekly Braves review. But before I get into it, let me say while I'm thinking about it that this may be our last full review of the regular season. It all depends on what happens this week. Do the Braves make their lead in the division bigger, or do the Phillies gain any ground? But even if I don't do any more weekly Braves reviews, I will still come on here, at least once, if not twice a week, and say, the Braves are still in first place or something like that. But college football is starting. The NFL is about to start. NASCAR is fixing to start the playoffs. There's a lot of wrestling shows going on right now. So there's so much to talk about that I may not have enough time and any more time to come on here and do a complete Braves review. But even if I don't, we'll still talk about them once the playoffs get here, if they do win the division. But the Braves did have 2 off days last week. They were off Wednesday and Thursday. It's the first time that I can recall ever having back-to-back days off outside of the All-Star break. They went 2-3 for the week. They lost both games to the Yankees, which I expected. Then they were off Wednesday and Thursday, but then they took 2 out of 3 from the Giants over the weekend, which was good because the Giants are one of the best, if not the best team in baseball, at least the best team in the National League. They may not be quite as good as the Yankees right now, but they are really good. So seeing the Braves take 2 out of 3 from them was good. Now, Ian Anderson came back yesterday, and he started, and he looked tremendous. So I guess it's clear that he is 100% healthy. And Touki Toussaint actually came out of the bullpen and pitched the 9th inning because the Braves won yesterday by the score of 9-0. They got shut out Saturday, losing 5-0, and then rebounded yesterday by winning 9-0. But the reason why I bring up Touki coming out of the bullpen is because now that you've got Ian Anderson back and Max Fried looks like he's finally back to the old Max Fried, Charlie Morton's been consistent all year long. Drew Smiley's pitched a lot better as of late, not to mention Huescar Ynoa. So with Anderson coming back, counting Toussaint, you've got 6 starting pitchers. So I guess at least for the time being, instead of going to a 6-man rotation, they decided to put Touki in the bullpen, which is good. Maybe he can be a long reliever as of right now because Josh Tomlin is supposed to be their long reliever, and he's just been flat out awful. His ERA is almost 7. I'm not even sure why Josh Tomlin is still on the roster, to be honest with you. Now, Luke Jackson is also supposed to be a long reliever, but he's done a really good job as a regular relief pitcher this year outside of being a long reliever. His ERA is right above 2, which an ERA right above 2, and here it is almost September, is really, really good. But it's another tough week for the Braves. No off days this week. They play the Dodgers in a 3-game series starting tonight at 10 o'clock. So they're going out west. And then after they wrap up the 3-game set with the Dodgers, starting on Thursday, they've got a 4-game weekend series with the Rockies. And the Phillies are 4.5 games back right now, but they have a lot easier schedule this week than the Braves. They've got 3 games with the Nationals. They're off on Thursday. And then they have 3 games with the Marlins Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And just in case you don't know, Bryce Harper used to be a catcher when he was in the minor leagues. But as you know, most catchers don't play more than, 10, 11 years because catching takes a toll on your body, especially your knees. So Bryce Harper moved from being a catcher to the outfield right before he debuted with the Nationals back about 10 years ago. But the Phillies right now need some help at catcher because they don't want JT Realmuto to catch every single day, but they're getting nothing from their backup catchers. So Bryce Harper actually volunteered to be a backup catcher over the weekend. Now, of course, it's not going to work, but at least he is throwing his name out there that he will, if need be, in an emergency case, be their backup catcher. But they have now lost Rhys Hoskins for the year, and he's probably their second best consistent hitter behind Bryce Harper. Realmuto is a great hitter, but he's not a power hitter. He's going to hit 295, 300, but he's only going to give you about 12 or 13 home runs. So their two power guys are Harper and Hoskins, and now Hoskins has had season-ending surgery, so he is done for the year. Hopefully, by next week, the Braves will have a 6 or 7 game lead, and they can pad that lead a little bit and look toward the playoffs. But it's going to be hard with a 3-game set with the Dodgers and a 4-game set with the Rockies, and the Phillies have 3 with the Nationals and 3 with the Marlins. But once again, that is our weekly Braves review. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to be talking a little bit about NWA's pay-per-view they had from last night. Of course, Ric Flair made an appearance. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. If you have not watched my interview from Saturday with Curtis Coleman and Shane Bell, please go back and watch that. It was very entertaining, talking about our All-Star Wrestling show coming up this weekend. But it's now time for our dad joke of the day. And I know I always say, if you've got a dad joke, please let me know. This dad joke comes courtesy of my good friend, Eric. And outside of the fact he's a Georgia Bulldog fan, Eric is a good dude. So even though he's a Georgia Bulldog fan, I'm still going to use his dad joke of the day. What is the world's most sarcastic bear? A pan, duh. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.